big one. I have my 247, 6, something like this, the old bean. This is my second cocoon nursery bean that get a little bit muddy, and I decided to help it dry with a bit of the egg carton fluff added in this part, which still feels a bit wet, but it's more crumbly than it used to be. So I may need to add a little bit more, give the worms some time to process it. We still can see lots of worms here, tons of small ones, a few bigger guys, some cocoons. Okay, so I'm fluffing it now just to make sure they have air everywhere. Okay, I will cover guys with the paper so the sun doesn't bother them. What I have here in this part of the bin is an AV's style horizontal migration. So I have a cardboard with the holes in it, and I have some fresh bedding and some food in this part, and we can see tons of worms migrated here. And what I also did yesterday, I checked the other bin that I took the first batch of worms that migrated to this part of the bin, and I decided, okay, the number looks good, like I didn't count them, but it looks like it's enough worms for the bin. It's not a huge number, but it should work. They will grow and multiply. So I will do the same with this one today. Okay, so let's move it around a little bit. And I have a fresh bin here. So we'll move the worms first. We'll see how many we have, how it looks, how much food they have left. It looks good. There are worms everywhere and cocoons. But there's not much food left. There's a bit of parsnip that wants to grow, so worms wouldn't eat it. Okay, we have a bunch of worms here. Look at them. And some more. And I can now check the cardboard. It's soft, and it has a few bigger holes here, but it's still working, so that's fine. It looks like a good number of worms. There's a piece of parsnip too. Okay, let's feed them then. Maybe here in the middle, and then we'll add some more bedding. I thought they will have more food left over, but I think I will divide this feeding in half. So what I have here is some mango peels, some pineapple peels, some cabbage and potatoes. They're still a bit cold, and few tea bags. So maybe I will add some bedding first and then add some food. So as you can see, this looks a bit processed already. I may spray it a bit with BTI. Okay, and now there comes the food. Okay, so it's probably a bit more than half, but it's a lot of worms here, so this should be fine with this. And I will add some more on top. Okay, this stuff is a bit more dry. So it needs a bit more spraying. Just a tiny bit more. I may add a bit more grit. This bedding is made with grit, but you can use some more probably, especially with a fresh bean like this. Okay, so this is done. I will find a piece of paper to cover and probably a bubble wrap, because the fresh bean will dry up quicker. This one is done. You can put it away. And now let's go back to this one. So those guys will have some fresh bedding too. I will get some wheats as well. Okay, now the food. They have a bit of lemon as well, because there's cabbage and potatoes, so they tend to smell a bit. So lemon always helps as a air refresher. And some bedding and grit. I want them to have some comfortable space here, so I'm not going to be skimpy on bedding, and I don't expect them all to migrate here because this stuff is way too damp, but as the other worms, they will probably enjoy it. So I will have some worms here, some worms here to finish the business, and it will work, and they will have more space. Hopefully they will grow, they will multiply, and I will have even more worms. So this is all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.